spend a lot of time up front trying to understand what your goals are and what your high priority items are so that the project can be as successful as possible. And that is oh so important. And as we all know, that the more you can do up front to understand customers' needs and shape them together collaboratively will set up the program or project for success moving forward. So I can't express enough how important those sessions are.
It really helped accomplish two things. One, it accelerated development. We were clear and aligned on what the priorities were and what we needed. And two, it ensured that on day one of version 1.0 of the software, we delivered a system that was truly valuable to our organization, to the employees, and to the users of that system. And I credit that in large part to the workshop process.
Yeah, the discovery process was definitely on point. And a couple of things that stood out for me is, one, we weren't 100% sure of all of our logical buckets. What were we calling everything? We knew roughly, we had this feeling of what we needed, but how do we define these things in a really intuitive way that we can build a software solution around it? Sometimes we thought we had clearly defined something that was well enough for a developer to go and implement. So there was this refinement process as well to turn these ideas not only to an idea, but something that actually can be built. And that was a huge problem for us. Customer-facing team has a job to do for most of their day, and so having to take their time out to do design work, and when I say design work, I mean user interfaces, database tables. These employees of ours don't do that normal type of work, so it wasn't coming natural to them. So Code District provided this element to us through business analysts, and it's been great since.
One thing that we really wanted to be intentional about was the discovery phase, and Code District really stood out as a partner. I will say that during that time we identified multiple questions that came up and things I hadn't thought about. So it was good to really go through that exercise, and it really speaks well or spoke well to your team. Do as much due diligence as you can, on the front side, and it saves you so much work, and it saves you, roadblocks too, right? Because you identified it on the front end, when it comes time to execute the integration, it's not like, okay, well, we want to integrate with, XYZ, software or a partner, right? You already have the documentation, you're already kind of familiar with what the integration requirements are. So you kind of bake that into, you've already done a lot of that upfront work.